Hello, lovely. Thank you for downloading my free calendar, this one at the back. And I'm just going to start by giving some instructions of how to put it together because when you're a complete newbie, there's a lot of information there and you're getting it in separate pieces. Okay, so each piece comes on its own and you will need to trim it down slightly so that they go together. And as you can see, the one at the bottom is the full size, but these are all smaller. So you're just going to cut these down onto the lines so that they smoothly hinge together. And then I just tape them at the back. There is a new calendar coming soon that has been designed by a professional. This one was made by me a long time ago, but it is a great beginning. The calendars are all designed in different ways, but the key for this really is that it has the portal days on it, which, as you can see, this is a DNA helix. Okay, so the first one is Red Dragon. The information is here, and that is through to Yellow Seed. And the next one following on to that, so the next piece is Red Serpent. And that goes through to here, which is Yellow Star. So each one of these has 1, 2, 3, 4 signs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, I'm just going to zoom. That's the second one. Follows on to the first one. And then the next one is Red Moon through to Yellow Human. So again, you've got bend there. And then we've got Red Skywalker, which goes through to Yellow Warrior. And then the last one is Red Earth through to Yellow Sun. And then on the bottom, there is some more info. And here you've got, this is where the number 1 is. So whenever you see these, this is the start of a wave spell. And in old magical symbols, this is the sun. And here you've got the numbers. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on. These are the original tones, they are called. That's the number that corresponds. So it's 1 to 13 because there's 13 different tones of the 20 Mayan signs, the day signs. Then here we've got what they are known as. So we go magnetic, lunar, electric, self-existing, overtone, rhythmic, resonant, galactic, solar, planetary, spectral, crystal, and cosmic. So again, you can, if you're familiar with numerology, it's the same system in that respect. So number 1 is, for example, the beginning, the magnetic, the initiation. Number 2 is the lunar, the emotional story, the new learning. Number 3 is the alchemy. So you're adding those two together. So what you've initiated, what your new learning is, and what you want to transform as an alchemist. Then you've got number 4, which is self-existing. That's a structure. So the first 4 days in any wave spell will give you the structure. And in this terminology, number 4 is self-existing. And that's the framework we want to be creating. We want to become free from codependency. Then we've got 5, which is the overtone, which is the mastery of this process. Then we've got the 6, which brings us into balance, brings us into the rhythmic. Then we have 7, which is resonance. Now that's the top of the pyramid. These also correspond to the Mayan signs as well. So once we get to what is resonating with truth, that's where we want to expand. What's resonating with things that aren't truth, and we know how that feels, that's how we tell the difference, then this is where we want to be letting go of what doesn't resonate with truth. Just put it in a nutshell there. Then we've got number 8, which is galactic. So once we integrate what's happened in the first 7 days through healing, then we are resonating more with the new code, the truth code coming in from the galactic center, the galactic sun. That's where the human evolution code comes from. Then we have number 9, which is solar, which is the sun, again, which is spirit, the heart. Then we have 10, planetary, what the manifestation is. So number 9, we can go to the next level. If we're doing healing work, we'll find that we're making a big shift here. This is the Buddha process in numerology. You go to the next level. This is not an intellectual process. This is a resonance process. This is a vibration. This is why our emotions and our feelings are so important. It's not what our head says, it's how we feel. That shows us where we're really at. Okay, so after we've seen what's manifest, the planetary, then we go to spectral, and we are letting go. So again, the metaphor I always use is over these days, we've built a sandcastle on the beach, and then the sea comes in and it just knocks it all down. And if we're in a resonating with truth space, we'll see how this always happens on the planet, and we become fluid so that we're ready to just let go of constructions that our mind has made that are no longer serving us or humanity. Then we've got day 12, which is how clear we are. What clarity do we have about our shadow story? That's the part of us that isn't resonating with truth and light that we've inherited from our ancestors, from our parents, from our society, from our caretakers, from our culture, all of which is generally being very codependent for a long time and not in our best interests. And then on day 13, this is the magical number, the cosmic number. This is the day of the shift. And this is why it's so different, because it's not a 12-step program, it's a 13-step program. So then we're looking at what is seeking to shift. And if we're healing as we are going along, which is what the Skywalker is doing, changing themselves from the inside, then by the time we get to this stage, we will be getting downloads from the cosmos, because we will be opening up our intuition again, opening up our heart and feeling confident and gaining sovereignty as a human being through changing our beliefs, most importantly about ourselves. Okay, so that's the last one. And so this is the one. So this one, yeah, this one really just has information, and I just put my perspective on there about what these mean. Okay, so then once you've stuck them all together, so the really difficult technical bit now is, what do you do every day is you move this and you tune in and you decide what it is that you want to learn, okay? Because each one of us is different. Each one of us is going to do this in our own way. So this is like the galactic structure that we are reconnecting to, realigning with. This is natural time. The Gregorian calendar is not natural time. It's an artifice, and it puts us in a framework that is designed by the Vatican Church, and that is not a freedom framework. Anything to do with religion is created by humanity. It's not created by divinity. It always has a human being framework on it, which is also true of this. But this focuses on taking us through 20-step spiral, which we continue for 9 months. This is 260 days. We come back to the top, we go down again. And we get swiped by all of these different Mayan signatures. It's not hierarchical at all. These are all connected to planets as well. So again, the more you get to know about the planets and astrology and your astrology as well. So how the universal astrology, the universe that we live in, our solar system, how that is illuminating certain things for us in our personal astrological charts, and also how this is illuminating a year of our life every day. You want to know more about that and have your codes done for that, please get in touch with me because it's mind-blowing stuff. But to begin with, let's go back to the blue tack. Okay, so the blue tack is, again, I'm going to put a decoder on here, and then this is where I started basically. So I just moved the blue tack every day and I started learning what the Mayan signs were. I started off with my own signature first, which you should have already got that if you're watching this. Either you found it out yourself or I've done it for you. And so that's where I started. And then I just did what I was drawn to next. And I've been doing this since 2011. And I just learned more and more every day and learned how to use it that way through my own intuition. So my way of using it is not going to be identical to your way of using it, but there's some common ground. And there's people all over the world using this in mind-blowing ways. The way that I'm showing it is because I'm a blue solar hand, I am focusing on healing and how this shows us all of our pathways and how we can heal to live a different life. So you can use the decoder because some people got in touch with me in the past in a panic of my blue tack's come off and I don't know where to put it, after I've done workshops. So use the decoder, put today's date in, and it will bring up whatever Mayan sign it is. So first of all, you want to look at which one of these 20 signs it is, and then which number it is. So today, as I am making this, we are on the yellow human wave spell. So here's yellow human. It's the 12th sign. It's ruled by planet Earth. And if I go across, I will find a sun right there. Okay. That was the first day. That was yesterday. And that is today. So Friday the 13th, I'm making this of March 2026. So the goddess code today. And you'll see here we are on White Electric Wizard, which is a planetary code. It's all about self-empowerment. It's letting the magic flow through us. And so it'll be interesting to see what's been happening for you today around empowerment. And here we go. We put the little piece of blue tack there, or you can put it further up and you can still see it. Okay, and then tomorrow it goes down. The day after it goes down. And it keeps going down till it gets to the end. And then it goes up to the top and starts going down all over again. So you've got the decoder, you've got the blue tack, you've got the tuning in. And so each one of these signs, it begins red dragon. So again, you can see this is Neptune, it's the east, this is the initiator, this is what the Great Mother is bringing for us. And then we have white wind, which is the second Mayan sign. And the planet is Uranus. Did I say that? Neptune is the planet. So we just had Neptune going to Aries, so that was big. And these are also twinned. So there are 20 Mayan signs and 10 planetary alignments. So there are two planets that have the same planet. And it creates a torus, actually. I mean, this is just a flat piece of paper, but if you pull it up into a 3D shape, it is actually a torus. And it is, or a pyramid, it's very dynamic and it creates an energy. It synergizes us with truth. Okay, so day 3, or Mayan sign 3 in the first, is blue night, and the planet is Saturn. So we have what the Great Mother is bringing us. The new learning is about the breath, spirit, inspiration, that we are a human being body with a spirit on board that will guide us if we allow it. And the clearer that we become of our human being trauma story, the more that we can connect that guidance in a clearer, more intuitive, stronger way. Blue night is the alchemy. It's how do we change our dream that we are in? And Saturn holds the key to that. Because it's a blue, it's transformation. So again, we've got the color coding is red, white, blue, yellow over and over again. Red for awakening, white for refining, blue for transformation, and yellow for flowering. What is the manifestation? So number 4 is yellow seed, and the planet is Jupiter. And Jupiter is the expansion planet. It is, how I put for that really? Well, how do we expand things? How do we expand our learning about this and master it? And also at the moment, we have got a hugely abundant, auspicious time with Jupiter going direct in Cancer. So again, you can look at what's going on the planet with the transit. You can look at your chart in particular and where Jupiter is for you, and see where your mastery planet is in your map of your journey of life. Number 5 is Red Serpent, and the planet is the asteroid belt. And then we have White World Bridger is the 6th Mayan sign, and the planet is Mars, taking action. This one is about new consciousness coming in. Then we have the 7th day, again, resonance, blue hand, transformation. How do I heal, learn healing modalities? How do I shape my destiny with my hands? And so maybe, building things, craft, creativity, lots of different ways for that. But the way that I look at it primarily is how do I transform my emotional mind so that I become free of triggers, PTSD, past stories, and so I can create a new life. And I believe that's what we're here to do at this time. And the planet for this is planet Earth. So what we're doing here on Earth. The 8th Mayan sign is the star, and the planet is Venus, which is what the Mayans really focused on. And what this cycle is all about is maturation of the human being, how we become adults in a true sense rather than just having an adult body, how we become skilled, wise, make good choices, and change our ancestral trauma story. So that's number 8. And so when we integrate, we start being the star that we really are rather than the star that our ego wants to be, that we've been programmed to believe is important in our culture, in the Western culture at any rate. And where doesn't that influence these days? I think it's spread almost everywhere. Then we have the ninth mind sign. This is the big gateway. This is Red Moon, and the planet is Mercury. This is a space where authenticity, being the beacon of light, being able to be guided by our higher selves, by our wise ancestors, and those magical memories that we have that we can unlock around the great gifts that we bring. So, this is a place where we go to the next level. Then we have White Dog. And White Dog is Sirius star. It's also unconditional love. It is also Mercury. It's our tribe, it's our family ancestry, and again, how we change that, how we find the truth in that lineage and let go of the emotional baggage and the trigger stories. Then we have Blue Monkey is number 11. Oh, forgot to say, number 10, Heart's Desire, the 10th house. Our heart's desire wants to be light, joyful, playful. And this really comes in with Blue Monkey as the 11th. Planet is Venus, so is twinned with Yellow Star. And transformation of our childhood story. That's what we're doing every day, is reliving that with different casts of characters. And how we start to parent ourselves in the way that is good for us. And most generations have been so stuck in survival mode that they have not been enlightened caregivers. So we are learning that ourselves. 12th mind sign, yellow human. This is the Philosopher's Stone. And this is it. Our emotional mind will often lie to us to keep us in denial, try and protect us in some way. It helps us survive, but it doesn't help us thrive. So, but the body doesn't lie. The body shows us where our energy is not flowing. Then we've got red sky. Again, planet Earth is a planet for that. And Red Skywalker is the 13th galactic signature and is ruled by Mars. It's the human being who's taking action, who's awakening to creating heaven on earth through us. We are the ones that are bringing heaven on earth through healing and taking action on our journey. And the 14th mind sign is White Wizard, which I mentioned is today's sign, and is all about the moon goddess Ixchel. Again, the asteroid belt here twinned with red serpent, bringing in new consciousness, new magic for us to set us free so we can align with the galaxy and start to create something new. The 15th mind sign is Blue Eagle. Planet is Jupiter, so that's twinned with Yellow Seed. Expansion, transformation, see the bigger picture, rise up, look at our journey and see how far we've come. And sometimes that's a great exercise because we get stuck in these little channels in life, in these little valleys. We can't really see the sunshine, and sometimes that feels challenging. Pretty much a lot of what's going on at the moment can really challenge us. Then we have the 16th signature, which is yellow warrior. And so this is the warrior of the heart, that this is what we're aiming to manifest. We surrender to the path. We can't change what's happened, but we can change how we feel about it. And this is twinned with Blue Knight, this is Saturn. So wherever Saturn is in your chart, on the planet, we've had Saturn going into Aries with Neptune. This is something that no human being has seen for a very, very long time. So very powerful time right now. The 17th Mayan sign is Red Earth. Planet is Uranus, what's coming to light about our path, and is twinned with White Wind. So these are also in the same tribe as well, which I'll come to in a later video. And so Red Earth is really focusing on how grounded we feel, what makes us ungrounded, and how we create new pathways in our emotional mind, especially, so we can feel grounded and safe and at peace more and more. 18th mind sign is White Mirror, and the planet is Neptune. It's twinned with Red Dragon. This is the sword of truth. So again, we're looking at the holograph that we're in, and how do we bring the sword of truth to anybody who's projecting their story onto us? What are we seeing out there? What is our perception of it? Remember that everybody has their own perception, their own life experience, their own DNA, their own story. And many of those stories are completely corrupted. They are not true. They are influenced by trauma and past storylines. So this is a very key one to look at. And as we get clear, we create a different holograph. We have different experiences because we are in a holographic mystery school. The 19th mind sign is Blue Storm, transformation, Heyoka energy, truth-telling energy. How can we stay in the eye of the storm and keep our head when everyone else is losing theirs? It's twinned with Yellow Sun. They both have Pluto as their ruling planet, and this is the hell story that is coming up to be totally transformed and allow us to hold more light in our light body, literally, because our energy is flowing. We have released trapped stories, trapped emotions, and we are aligning with the galactic sun and the galactic center to create a new story, not just for us, but in doing that for planet Earth and all of humanity. So no small task. Okay, so not going to include too much more in this video because I don't want to be overwhelming. We've got red, white, blue, and yellow. This is always the process. Red for awakening, white for refining, blue for transformation, yellow for the flowering. And in the overall bigger picture, we've also got green. We don't have that on a personal dynamic, but the green is the overtone, the overview of the whole system. So when we start here and we go up and down for 260 days, and we end here, and then we see by the time we get in here, how clear are we of our old story? And how can we stay in our center no matter what is happening? And because this is quantum, the more that we heal, we will get different stories. The more that we meet our challenges, the more that we also avoid drama and use emotional freedom technique to heal the triggers and let go of the stories. Because remember, we can't change other people. We change ourselves. It's what we're here to do. So become an expert on yourself, on your code, on your 13-year patterns, on how the starry skies are coming in for you. This is what I've been doing since 2011, and I've been doing emotional healing since 2007. So the emotional healing is the most important thing because that will create change change your life and empower you to remember the magic of who you are. Please let me know if you have any questions. And as I say, there'll be a new calendar coming through soon, which will also have people's personal codes on it. So it'll become easier. I know it's all a new language and it can be mind-boggling at times, but some people do actually click in with it really easily because this is really a process of remembering how many lifetimes we've been doing this work. Lots of love.